Welcome back to our channel. We invite you to subscribe to our channel for more health tips, recipes, and wellness inspiration. Welcome to today's video, where we will dive into the fascinating world of mindful eating, the art of savoring. In this discussion, we will explore the concept of mindfulness in our eating habits, focusing on the importance of savoring food and being present while we nourish our bodies. Additionally, we will touch upon the impact of emotions on our eating behaviors and delve into emotional eating. Mindful eating is a practice that involves paying full attention to the experience of eating, from the sensations of chewing and tasting to the thoughts and emotions that arise during a meal. It is about being fully present in the moment, without distractions, and cultivating a deeper connection with our food. By practicing mindful eating, we can develop a greater awareness of our hunger and fullness cues, leading to a more balanced and intuitive approach to nourishing our bodies. One critical benefit of mindful eating is that it can help us develop a healthier relationship with food. By savoring each bite and genuinely appreciating the flavors and textures of our meals, we can enhance our enjoyment of eating and reduce the tendency to overeat. Mindful eating also encourages us to listen to our bodies and honor our hunger and fullness signals, promoting a more intuitive and sustainable approach to nutrition. Savoring food is essential to mindful eating, as it allows us to engage entirely with the sensory experience of eating. By slowing down and savoring each bite, we can enhance our enjoyment of food and cultivate a greater sense of gratitude for the nourishment it provides. Savoring also helps us to be more mindful of portion sizes and to avoid mindless eating, where we consume food without truly tasting or appreciating it. Emotional eating is a common phenomenon where we turn to food in response to our emotions, such as stress, boredom, or sadness. This can lead to unhealthy eating habits and disconnecting from our body's hunger signals. By recognizing emotions' role in our eating behaviors, we can begin to address the underlying issues that drive emotional eating and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Mindful eating can help us become more attuned to our emotional triggers and cultivate a more balanced and cautious approach to nourishing our bodies. Understanding mindful eating. Mindful eating is a practice that goes beyond simply focusing on what we eat. It involves being fully aware of the entire eating experience, from when food enters our mouths to the sensations it creates in our bodies. By bringing mindfulness to our meals, we can cultivate a deeper connection with our food and develop a more conscious and intentional approach to eating. One of the fundamental principles of mindful eating is being fully present during meals. This means setting aside distractions such as phones, computers, or television and, instead, focusing all of our attention on the act of eating. By tuning into our food's sights, smells, tastes, and textures, we can enhance our enjoyment of meals and become more attuned to our body's hunger and fullness cues. Mindfulness can also play a crucial role in helping us make healthier food choices. By bringing awareness to our eating habits, we can become more attuned to the reasons behind our food choices and make decisions that align with our body's needs and preferences. Mindfulness can help us differentiate between true hunger and emotional cravings, allowing us to choose foods that nourish and satisfy us on a deeper level. Various techniques can help us practice mindful eating in our daily lives. One standard method is to chew slowly and mindfully, taking the time to savor each bite and fully experience the flavors and textures of our food. By chewing slowly, we can improve digestion, enhance the pleasure of eating, and become more aware of when we are complete. Another mindful eating technique is to savor the flavors of our food by paying attention to the different tastes and sensations that arise with each bite. By focusing on the present moment and fully immersing ourselves in the eating experience, we can cultivate a greater appreciation for food's nourishment and develop a more mindful and balanced relationship with eating. The art of savoring food. Savoring food is not just about eating to satisfy hunger. It is about fully immersing ourselves in the sensory experience of each bite and appreciating the nourishment that food provides. By savoring our meals, we can cultivate a deeper connection with our food and enhance our overall well-being. One of the critical aspects of savoring food is the significance of enjoying each bite and being grateful for the meal in front of us. By taking the time to savor our food's flavors, textures, and aromas, we can elevate eating from a mere necessity to a pleasurable and fulfilling experience. Practicing gratitude for the nourishment we receive can help us develop a more positive relationship with food and cultivate a sense of mindfulness and appreciation for the abundance in our lives. Savoring food can also profoundly impact the dining experience and satisfaction. When we slow down and savor each bite, we can fully engage with the flavors and textures of our food, allowing us to experience a greater sense of pleasure and satisfaction from our meals. By savoring food, we can also become more attuned to our body's hunger and fullness cues, leading to a more balanced and intuitive approach to eating. Several tips can help enhance the experience of savoring food mindfully and appreciating its flavors. One tip is to eat slowly and mindfully, taking the time to chew each bite thoroughly and savor the flavors as they unfold on our taste buds. By eating slowly, we can fully experience the sensory aspects of our food and become more attuned to our body's satiety signals. Another tip is to engage all of our senses while eating, from the visual presentation of the food to the sounds of chewing and the aromas that waft from the plate. By engaging our senses, we can enhance the pleasure of eating and create a more immersive and enjoyable dining experience. Managing emotional eating. Emotional eating is a common phenomenon in which we turn to food in response to our emotions rather than actual physical hunger. It can be triggered by various emotions, such as stress, boredom, sadness, or even happiness. Understanding the root causes of emotional eating and developing effective strategies to manage it can help us cultivate a healthier relationship with food and our emotions. One of the first steps in managing emotional eating is identifying the triggers that lead to this behavior. By recognizing the emotions or situations that prompt us to turn to food for comfort or distraction, we can begin to address the underlying issues that drive emotional eating. Common triggers for emotional eating include stress from work or relationships, feelings of loneliness or boredom, and unresolved emotional issues from the past. To manage emotional eating effectively, it is essential to differentiate between physical hunger and emotional cravings. Physical hunger is a biological signal from our bodies that indicates a need for nourishment, while psychological factors often drive emotional cravings. One strategy to distinguish between the two is to pause and assess our hunger levels before reaching for food. If we are not truly physically hungry, we can explore alternative ways to address our emotions without turning to food. Developing coping mechanisms to deal with emotions without relying on food is essential in managing emotional eating. Some effective strategies include practicing mindfulness and deep breathing to calm the mind, engaging in physical activity to release pent-up emotions, journaling to express and process feelings, or seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist. By building a toolbox of healthy coping mechanisms, we can learn to navigate our emotions more constructively and reduce the reliance on food as a source of comfort or distraction. Practical tips for mindful eating. Incorporating mindful eating into our daily lives can profoundly impact our relationship with food and overall well-being. By bringing mindfulness to our meals, we can cultivate a deeper connection with our bodies and the nourishment we receive. Here are some practical tips and techniques for incorporating mindful eating into your daily routine. Mindful eating practices for different meal times. For breakfast, start your day with gratitude for the food in front of you. Take the time to savor each bite, noticing the flavors and textures of your meal. For lunch, before diving into your meal, take a few deep breaths to center yourself and bring your attention to the present moment. Chew slowly and mindfully, allowing yourself to experience the act of eating entirely. For dinner, create a peaceful and relaxing environment for your evening meal. Dim the lights, play soft music, and set the table carefully to enhance the dining experience. Mindful eating in social settings and while snacking. When dining with others, practice mindful eating by conversing between bites and savoring the company as much as the food. Avoid distractions such as phones or television to immerse yourself in the dining experience fully. When snacking, take a moment to check in with your hunger levels before reaching for food. Ask yourself if you are starving or eating out of habit or emotion. Choose snacks that nourish your body and bring you joy, creating a peaceful eating environment to enhance mindfulness. Set aside dedicated time for meals without rushing or multitasking. Create a calm and inviting space for eating, free from distractions and noise. Practice gratitude before and after meals by expressing appreciation for the nourishment you receive. Take a moment to reflect on the effort and care that went into preparing your food. Mindful eating is not just about what we eat but how we eat. Emotional eating can lead to unhealthy eating habits and disconnecting from our body's hunger signals. By recognizing the triggers for emotional eating and developing coping mechanisms to address our emotions without turning to food, we can cultivate a more balanced and mindful approach to eating. I encourage you to take action and incorporate mindful eating practices into your daily life. If you found this video helpful and informative, please consider subscribing to our channel, liking it, and sharing it with others who may benefit from learning more about mindful eating. Together, we can cultivate a more conscious and intentional approach to nourishing our bodies and enhancing our overall well-being. Thank you for watching.